Since gaining independence in 1963, Kenya has been like a pretty African girl enjoying the attention of two suitors. US-led Western group of nations wooing her with wealth and might, and the Russia-China bloc with its promises of a new multipolar world. Previous Kenyan governments forged economic and cultural ties with Washington and London, but at the same time built cordial relations with Russia and China. President William Ruto's decision to have Kenya side with the US as a non-NATO ally marks a significant shift away from the country's previous non-alignment policy. The move raises questions on what Kenya stands to gain and potentially lose by aligning with the US and its foreign policy enforcer, NATO. First, here's what Kenya will lose. The BRICS trade alliance in major developing economies looks set to become even more dominant, with numerous countries desperate to be let in. But Kenya will miss out by opting for the empire of sanctions and tariffs. In the long term, BRICS is the place to be if you're looking for cheap oil and gas to run your country. BRICS now accounts for 32% of the world's natural gas output and 43% of crude oil. With future expansion, BRICS hopes to transform global energy markets by introducing a non-dollar currency for trade settlements. And don't forget all the juicy trade and infrastructure deals members will benefit from. In future, Nairobi will now likely have to get the nod from Washington before it can proceed with any foreign policy decisions. Or, in other words, Kenya has surrendered its sovereignty to the US. And here's what Kenya will gain by going to bed with the US. Nairobi will get some of the $200 million funds pledged by Washington for the deployment of 1,000 Kenyan police officers to Haiti to restore order to the troubled island nation. Kenyans and Haitians largely don't support this mission, and it's hard to see how Kenya will pacify Haiti when it's got its own bandit problems at home. Kenya will get new toys to fight terrorists in the region, but that might not translate into success on the ground. According to one report, terrorism increased by a jaw-dropping 100,000% in Africa during the US war on terror. Our Sahel brothers know a thing or two about this, and that's why they have ordered Washington to pack up and leave the region. Maybe it's their example Ruto should follow? Nairobi will get money from trust funds to speed up investments in clean energy. But how will the transition work if you hedge your bets with a country that slaps 100% tariffs on China's electric vehicles simply because it can't compete? Kenyan firms can bid on contracts to repair and maintain US equipment used in the continent. They can also provide storage and logistical services for US military operations for a fee. But does Kenya really want to dance on the graves of Libyans killed by NATO in 2011, not counting the other victims of NATO's imperialist wars around the world? Given what's on the table, whose flowers would you take? As for Kenya, our choice has been made.